All right, it's the Bank On It podcast, episode number 30. Shout out to King Griffey Jr. as a Red.
I'm going Steph Curry.
Greatest shooter of our generation, maybe of all time.
Greatest shooter of all time. I've never seen anybody better myself. So.
We are, as always, presented by the Appalachian newspapers and brought to you by
Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps. If you are looking for quality care for loved ones, look no further than Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps. Both facilities treat your loved ones with care and respect. They offer therapy, daily activities, exquisite cuisine, and a home-like settings to make your family members feel at home. Call to schedule an appointment today at Cedar Creek. Call Jessica Thacker at 432-8243, and at Good Shepherd, call 456-8725. Caring for your loved ones is what we do best.
And we're also brought to you by the city of Pikeville. Go check out their website, www.visitpikeville.com. Check out everything that's going on there. It's going to be a fun-filled summer, lots of stuff to get out and do and check out. And I'm joined to my left by regional sports editor Randy White, Corey Vance behind the cameras. And listen, this past Sunday, two of the funnest I'm not a guy who watches a ton of NBA regular season basketball, admittedly.
Yep.
Two of the funnest NBA games I've ever seen.
Playoff basketball is just fun, especially when you get to Game 7s. This is what everybody's playing about. I mean, the Kawhi Leonard shot I think that's where we got to start. I mean, my goodness, what a shot.
Yeah, I mean, the way that, when I saw it broke down on SportsCenter, and they were talking about typically when a guy gets the ball inbound like that, he's got, he had Ben Simmons out, and then he had Joel Embiid also coming out to help on defense. The guys are usually pulling up on the wing for Kawhi to go into the corner, which typically seems like a bad idea. You want to get trapped in that corner.
And a tough angle for that shot. I mean, you want to use that backboard on that. That takes that backboard away.
Yeah, I mean, the arc that he put on that shot and just putting it up over Joel Embiid, who's a 7-footer and a good defender. I've never seen a ball bounce around the rim like that. I didn't think that it was going in. It was just an unbelievable shot and maybe one of the all-time playoff moments.
He had time to kneel down, watch, and then react, and that was 2-3 seconds. I mean, usually game winners are bing, bang, boom. Yeah. They're over in a heartbeat. The Dame Lillard one a couple weeks ago is the one that comes to mind. This one he had forever. He was over there celebrating with his teammates. Yeah. He was at his bench.
The entire bench was like willing that ball in. They were all kind of low to the ground, trying to will that ball to drop. And then seeing a guy like Kawhi, who doesn't generally show a ton of emotion, let it all out after that game.
And after the year he had last year of sitting out at San Antonio, to come back in a new team, a place where maybe he didn't even want to go in the first place, and to hit a shot like that to get him to the conference finals, one step away from him, you gotta have emotion over there. I mean, that's what the game is about.
Yeah, I mean, this playoffs in general with the Dame Lillard shot, like you mentioned before, where he just pulled up from almost half court.
Yeah, it was nearly 37 feet away, 38 feet away. Something like that.
We've seen some incredible shots, and then in the other game, the Nuggets, who I was kind of rooting for, just because of the Jamal Murray factor, and I think Nikola Jokic is an unbelievable big man to watch. But I also like Dame Lillard. I like C.J. McCollum went crazy in that game.
C.J. McCollum, nobody could guard him in that pick and roll. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody dominate a pick and roll like that since going back to like a Karl Malone, John Stockton days. Whatever he wanted to get out of that pick and roll, he was getting.
Yeah, he was getting what he wanted. So, I mean, how do you feel about the matchups? It's kind of a crazy thing to look up, see Milwaukee and Toronto. It's not the usual suspects. It's not Miami, Cleveland, or, some of these teams that we're used to seeing in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think that's some of the excitement, too, because now you're getting new guys to make stars of themselves. Everybody's heard of, Giannis in Milwaukee. Now he's on a big stage. Say he wins this and goes to the conference championship or the NBA Finals. He's made right there. Everybody throughout the United States who watches basketball and throughout the world will know him and his game. That's where you make your name.
Yeah, and I mean, just going on gut, I feel like it's going to be Milwaukee that comes out.
I think so too. But I mean, the way Toronto's playing right now, the way Kawhi's playing, I think it's going to be a good series. I mean, I'm going to sound selfish. I hope it's another Game 7.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing is going to like the Western Conference. When was the last time the Warriors got pushed to a Game 7 in like the second round?
Yeah, I mean, last year they go to the Game 7 against Houston.
Yeah.
But it was in the conference final to go to the championship.
Yeah.
So, Golden State, they, even without Durant, they found a way to win Game 6 last series. But without Durant, without Cousins, this becomes a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's a year for the Warriors to get kind of dethroned, this is the year. And it looks like KD's not going to play till at least Game 3.
Yeah, at least is what they're saying. And, the thing about them, the knock that I've been looking at on them and reading is they don't have a bench this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, without KD, their bench last game in Game 6, they step up and they play, great because Steph did not have a great first half.
Yeah.
33 points in the second half.
Yeah, at 21 in the fourth quarter. Yeah. He went nuts
Yeah.
in the second half of that game. So, I mean, we'll see what I mean, who do you feel like is coming out of the West?
Yeah, until somebody beats Golden State, I think Golden State. But,
yeah, I'm with you.
I wouldn't mind seeing Dame Lillard go to the championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's put in a lot of work. He's kept getting better and better. He's not joined teams. He's done it the old school way. So.
Yeah, and I think Portland's a good team when you get down to it. I mean, they've obviously got two guys who can shoot the lights out on that team. Got a lot of role players. They play good defense. So we'll see what happens. And then tonight, NBA Draft Lottery.
That's
the Zion sweepstakes.
The Zion sweepstakes. Everybody is all about Zion, and rightfully so. But man, there's some other good players in that draft. But whoever gets Zion, they've literally hit the lottery. Who gets that number 1 pick?
I think I'll be shocked if it's not the Knicks.
Well, nowadays I don't know. Like back in the day, there was so much. There were so many ways to get around that. The odds were stacked for one team so much. Now, who knows? It's a crapshoot. Your top 4, 5, 6 teams.
Cavs and Suns that have the 3 best odds to get the number 1 pick. I just feel like it's almost a foregone conclusion that the NBA generally would prefer to see a guy like Zion in New York on the big stage.
It could be another Patrick Ewing situation. A lot of people are saying that one was rigged back in the day for the Knicks to get Patrick Ewing. Who knows? This might be the same way. I mean, I would think it wouldn't be, but we'll find out tonight.
Yeah, tonight will be the night that we get a sense of where he's going. I mean, I don't think at this point there's any doubt he's going to be the number 1 pick.
The biggest question is who's going to get number 2 and who's going to go number 2. I would say it's going to be Ja Morant, but where he goes and where he fits in, that's a whole different question.
Yeah, and I think there's a few guys that are maybe not generational talents like Zion is. Mm-hmm. There's some guys that can step right in and help your basketball team. I don't think Ja Morant's one of them. Ja Morant's a legit.
There are some players, and then you got guys like, some of our UK guys who are going to go probably middle, late first round, like Tyler Hero, who could come in, keep getting better like he did this year and make an impact down the road. He might not come in next year and make a big impact, but him and Keldon Johnson, and then you got the guys at Duke, Reddish, and some of those guys.
R.J. Barrett.
And Barrett. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this draft.
Yeah, so we'll see where some of these guys are heading, and we'll be tuned into the draft lottery and definitely watching the NBA playoffs. We'd like to say thank you again to our sponsors, Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps and the beautiful city of Pikeville. Check out their website at www.visitpikeville.com. And listen, we've got a lot of stories coming up in the newspaper and online. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we've been busy with a lot of features. A couple of weeks ago, we went up and talked to Russ Osborne. He goes in down Wednesday. A quarterback camped in Miami. Names like Trevor Lawrence. He's won that before. So Russ goes down there and does a bang up job as a 7th grader Wednesday. Also, we went up and caught up with Jenkins Developmental League, Coach Wes Bryant and his assistant Kylie Bentley and boys coach Corey Hairston. They've been putting on a camp to work on the kids developing and getting better. It went on for about 2 or 3 months. They wrapped it up last week. Also, we got a bunch of signings as well. Kaitlyn Keathley at Prestonsburg signed D1 to play at Presbyterian College. Also, Pikeville's Kyle Watkins, a kid who hits hard out of that secondary.
Yeah.
And teammate Jesse Spark, who hits hard up there at the defensive end spot. They both signed to play with UPike. So teammates in high school, teammates in college, so that was cool. And also at Belfry, we had Kylie Gollihue, a junior who's already committed to play soccer, whenever she gets done with her high school career next year, she's already made the commitment to say, hey, I'm going to play at UPike, get that decision out of the way so she can focus on next season. So,
well, listen, lots of cool stuff coming up, lots of stories you're definitely going to want to check out, and stick around, check out some of these highlights.
I mean, that's pretty cool, to just go down there and compete and with all the other quarterbacks and bring it back here, because this community's done, a lot for me. And it's just cool to go down there and, compete. And, going down there and competing and stuff and winning it, that's pretty big. Now, I wasn't supposed to, win that because I'm from Kentucky. We play basketball here. Everybody said that, I was too small down there. And, when Smith Rattler and he was his age, he won that. So that's pretty big to do. And knowing that, I'm at the top feels pretty good. You just got to keep working and stay grinding. And varsity level, playing a freshman is going to be pretty hard. So you just got to keep building your game and know how to, be athletes with them, because you got to use every liability you can get. Throughout the week, I go to Trevor Hoskins, and we throw once a week. And then you've got summer basketball and then football. We're starting middle school workouts soon. So you just got to keep working and grinding where you can, get at the top and stay there.
From the smallest place down there, he's the only kid from Kentucky in all 3 grades competing. None of the kids knew. They'd ask him where he's from. None of the kids knew what he's talking about, that kind of stuff. And, he had a good attitude about it. He just wanted to go down there and compete and show that he belonged down there. And after the first day, he was in the lead. And, we got excited about it. And then he came out the second day and kind of had a little rough patch and found himself in 4th. But they take 4 to the finals. And then they came out and played 7-on-7. And he kind of took control of the competition in that. I think the biggest thing he's getting from this is knowing I'm a dude from Eastern Kentucky that nobody knows, but I can go to these big competitions and still hold my own and show that I belong in these things. And I think that's going to translate to the field here. And all this AAU basketball and stuff that he's played since he was small, these football competitions kind of seem second hat to him. He's not as in awe as what some of these other kids probably are just because of the basketball he's played. I think it's teaching him to be a leader and to be able to deal with all different kinds of people, and that kind of stuff translates to the workplace whenever you get out of school. And that's the biggest thing that he's getting is he's meeting kids from all over the country. He's already formed a bond with a kid from Massachusetts that's showed up 2 or 3 times with these things, and they gravitate to each other soon. And that's as different as daylight and dark, the way those kids are raised. And people skills take you a long way, making connections and networking, and I think that's what he's getting out of it. He loved the fact that when he got, that was the thing from the get-go when he got the invite, was Spencer Rattler was the first winner of this, and he's a huge fan. Me and him both like Oklahoma and what they produce quarterback-wise, and that kind of gravitated to him. And you see this Future 4, they're tweeting out every day, this kid, Future 4 alumni committed here or there. They said their first class, the guy that finished dead last in it, signed a Division I scholarship. They said all those kids went Division I that first group. I was real excited with the fact that he had a real good first day and a horrible 30 minutes. And I looked at my wife and I said, I don't know if he's even going to finish in the top 10 of this thing from first to whatever. And then he hit his last 6 throws, and that's what put him into the 4th spot. And then they cleared it. And they played 7-on-7, and each kid got 8 throws, and he went 6 for 8 and threw a touchdown and had a kid drop one in the end zone and then overthrew one for his other incompletion. And those other kids were throwing interceptions and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I think what happened is he does so much with our high school and throws against our Skelly and that kind of stuff, it kind of translate to the field. And he showed me he was a kind of mental tough kid, and I didn't know if he was going to fold up shop or if he was going to fight back, and he fought back. And as a dad and a coach, that really made me proud.
Building your program starts at every level at the bottom, and that starts with Head Start kindergarten. And when you're at Jenkins, you have a smaller pool of kids and you have a smaller population. And that means that we can't wait till they're in 4th grade to get up here for middle school. And, our county association limits kids. We can't get kids until they're in 4th grade. And, no, we get kids in kindergarten. It's not a rule. We're not a part of the county, they say. So I'm so proud of all our kids. We have multi-sport athletes here at Jenkins, and so proud of them. But the coach in me wants them in the gym every second of every day. So whenever we come up here for open gyms, we've been getting about 4 kids and I'm happy with 4 kids. I would love to have 9, but that's 4 kids who are working to benefit themselves and shine for the school. It's big to have everybody on the same page and involved, because it would be selfish of me to expect those 2 to do all the work. If I'm going to reap the benefits 10 years down the road, I need to be in here in the gym with them. It's not fair to these kids. If I set expectations, I need to be here to watch those expectations be met. This will be our 3rd month, and we're going to be today's the last day. They're going to be doing construction in the school. They're doing maintenance in the gym. We're getting brand new locker rooms that are going to be as good as anybody else's basketball locker rooms around. The kids are excited about it. But what we do is we're opening this up K through 6th grade next year. Any kid who wants to come, get in the gym and better themselves, there's nowhere else better to do it than here. I've got 22 games scheduled as of right now. We're playing Danville, South Laurel, Corbin, Somerset, Jackson County. You've seen my high school schedules, so my summer schedule is going to be that way too. You don't get no better by beating somebody 30. You get better by getting beat 30. That's my opinion on it. The Jenkins program, I've been saying this for years. It's a program that's on the rise. This year's going to be the first year that we're going to be old. We're going to return everybody from last year, and we're going to return everybody for next year also. People, overlook us. That's what I want.
Definitely, this is such a big day for me that I've waited for since the 7th grade. It's what I've always worked for. And to go to a college like Presbyterian in the Big South, that's what I've always wanted. It never really mattered where I went, what level, but I've always wanted to play against the best, and I'm just really thankful that I can. Well, my dad being a coach, it's always been really tough. Practices, track practice, and then going to the gym even after that. But putting in the work, I know it was going to get me here, and I know that going to Presbyterian, it's going to push me even harder, and I can't wait to see the player I am 4 years from now. Well, if you want to go somewhere, you have to work for it, and that's what my dad always told me and talked about, was if I wanted to play Division I basketball, I had to work harder than everyone else, and that's what I always tried to do, especially whether it was basketball or track or in school. And he always talked about, keeping a positive mind no matter what happened in the past years. Like, God has a plan for me. So it's just really exciting that even after everything I've been through, that I can still develop. Well, coming here, I knew that I had to take a big step in being a leader and guiding the rest of the team. That's what I really tried to do. I tried to push everyone to their best, and I think that's what I did every day in practice and on the court. I'm really thankful for my teammates and everything they've done for the team. The 21 season, that was a big accomplishment for us, and that's what we really wanted. We talked about that at the beginning of the year, was we wanted to win 20 games or more, and to do that, it was really special, not just for me, but for the rest of the team. So I hope that I set an example for the girls that can come up in the next years and that can do even more than that. Well, my brother, he worked so hard at running, and running's never been my favorite thing to do. It's always been basketball. But seeing him do what he loves and working so hard at it, it always inspired me that, if he can push his best, then so can I. Not just him, but the rest of my brothers. They've always helped me throughout basketball. They rebound for me. They're always in the gym with me. And my youngest brother, Braxton, he loves basketball. So to see what he's going to do when he's in high school, that really excites me.
Well, for Kaitlyn, it's hours and hours of hard work, days and nights where, hey, a lot of people say, hey, I'm going out to have some fun. There's nothing wrong with that, but she's absolutely stayed dedicated to the cause and say, you know what, I'm going to work my butt off every single day, and let's see where it takes me. And we never talked about Division I basketball or where she's going. It was always about the next day, the next step. And it's like I would tell her, I would say, don't look 6-12 months down the road. Just look at right now and tomorrow and see where that gets you. I said, because if you work hard, do the right things, I promise you everything else will take care of itself. And it's kind of like I told her, I said, you have your own journey, and God's preparing you for it. I said, whatever heartbreaks you had, whatever setbacks you've had, those are preparing you. If you stay tough and you stay committed, good things are happening. So we're unbelievably happy. I'm proud of her. I love to see hard work pay off, and especially for Kaitlyn. She's put the work in day and night, and it's I can tell you it's overwhelming for me, and to see her so happy, it's unbelievable. There's definitely some correlation there with her attack mindset, and I'll tell you what, and to give Coach Kidd credit, a lot like Derek Newsom at Pike Central, that fit her because it's attack the rim, attack the rim, attack the rim. And boy, when she grabs a rebound or gets it off that outlet pass, and this isn't being a dad, this is from a coaching perspective, she absolutely is as quick as anybody in the region, if not the state, from rim to rim, getting from point A to point B. So yeah, there's a lot there. We do a lot in workouts at the YMCA or wherever, where we're saying, okay, let's work from dribble attack move from the free throw line to the other side, and we just do things like that. So, and she's very gifted too. She's very athletic, so it fits. So you don't find many athletic female players like that here in the mountains. Something we worked on when she always played basketball, but she never really, it became her primary sport until 6th grade. And I said, look, if we're going to do this and you want to commit, you're going to commit to this just like anything else, full steam. We're going to go 100 miles an hour every single day. And she was like, I'm ready to do it. So, but we kind of took it like a puzzle. We didn't want to rush anything. Ball handling. We never rushed going to her shot. We want to make sure her ball handling was sound. We want to make sure that her fundamentals were down. Layups, get to the rim. She's got a nice, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a jump stop floater that she can do. She can get to the rim. She's got an unbelievable crossover. She can defend. She's a good containment defender. So we never rushed the process. We always took it one step at a time to make sure that she was fully prepared. So she can shoot the ball, she can drive, she can do a lot of different things, and she's still got some areas she needs improving. She needs to get in the weight room. I would love for her to get a mid-range, legitimate jump shot, which there's a couple here in the region that have that. Cassidy Rowe and Katie Jo Moore of two that have unbelievable mid-range jump shots. But we would love for her to establish an unbelievable jump shot, and she's got 4 years to do that. So now it's starting over. She's got 4 years for our coaching staff to develop that. So yeah, going in, she's going to be pretty complete. So I think the coaches are going to be happy with that.
I'm so excited for Kaitlyn. I really am. Like I said here earlier today, she's such a blessing to coach. And like I said earlier, you don't have to go to these big schools. You can go to a Class A school and go to the next level. And she showed that today. I feel like with the right coach, the right group that you're playing with, and obviously with the work ethic that she's had, that's what gets you to that next level. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for our program, and I'm happy for Floyd County Athletics because it's been a long time since they've been able to do something like that. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for our group here. Last year when we came in, we had 4 girls at practice the first day, and to look where we're at now, year 2, you got a girl signing to play Division I basketball. I mean, it's great stuff, and I'm just so happy to be such a small part of that. I really am. Like I said earlier with Kaitlyn, when she told me she wanted to play college basketball, it never was D1, NAIA, wherever. We sat down and we interviewed or emailed every school that I could think of. We sent over 500 emails, and the response we got back from schools recruiting her was amazing. It was a great process for her, and I'm just glad she found somewhere that she's going to fit in. That was big for her. The only regret that I have is I only have 1 year with her, to be honest, because I feel like she improved so much throughout the year, and it's not as much as my coaching or anything like that. I felt like I put her in position to be successful. We let people play here. This ain't my program. It's not the other coach's program. It's theirs. And we got them out. We let them play. I've said this a million times. Nobody has the work ethic she has. Her work ethic is second to none. She was the first one to show up. She's the last one to leave. And I think what's going to help her the most is, like you said, she's a two-way player. That's going to help a lot in college. I feel like she'll be able to guard several positions, and I feel like her game, she can play several positions. So I think Presbyterian, they're getting a real good player. And like I said, I just wish I had more time with her.
I've worked all my entire life just at every sport that I played. And, to get this moment, to be able to have the opportunity to play at the next level is surreal. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity that Coach Lamb and Coach Hahn have given me to play at the next level. And I'm really excited to be at UPike and stay at home and be able to have the support that I'll have throughout the rest of my life.
Yeah, something he said is really grateful to be able to play the sport I love. Thankful for all my friends and family and stuff that helped me. Love to play the game. It's pretty cool, especially like we're close to home still. Like we're leaving. It's pretty cool.
You know, after all the stuff that me and Jesse have been through and the work that we put in together in the off season throughout like high school and stuff, you know, it's awesome to be able to have him as a teammate and brother going with me to UPike to be able to play at the next level. I guess that's an advantage for us because we have been here. We have seen like the practices and coaches and stuff, and some of the players that signed with UPike are coming in from different states. They've never been here in this community and stuff. They might be a little bit iffy and edgy about nervousness and stuff like that, but you know, we've been here, we've lived through all this stuff. And I think that it'll be a good experience for me and Jesse.
Yeah, like, we're like real close with everyone like who goes to UPike. Like we talk to them every day and stuff, seen them in practice and stuff. So we're as close to home. I feel like. Yeah, it's definitely like a winning team. Like we know what it takes to win games and stuff. So I think that'll be good.
So that's about the same thing. You know, moving here to Pikeville, they really breed you with hard work ethic and determination and sticking to what you work with. And you know, this last season was awesome. You know, we made it to a state championship game. Nobody at the beginning of the year, everybody wrote us off. You know, it was just everybody thought we were overlooked. That we were just, even though we were bringing back the seniors that we had, we would just flunk out towards the finals like we did last year. But you know, we stuck together. We had some ups and downs, but you know, throughout the season, I think we did a good job.
Today's a great day. We've been anxious to have signed kids from Pikeville, and it's one of those things of Pikeville's been a winning tradition, and being able to get those kids that know how to win and know the work ethic that has to go into it. And you know, getting Jesse and Kyle both and what they've done their 4 years of high school has been a tremendous pickup for us. You know, we're excited to have them, being again local kids, keeping some fan base stuff here as well. But you know, it's an awesome day when you can always recruit kids from the county and close home and keep them here and do good things for us. The sky's the limit for them right now, and you know, we always say they have an opportunity from day one to be on the game field, and that's kind of their talent level is what gets them on the field. You know, they're always going to have that opportunity. Whatever they do with it is on them. But you know, we don't shy away from playing freshmen if they can make us better as a team. And you know, those two kids have that possibility, and it's just kind of what they do with it and how they run with it.
As a junior today, it's amazing that I have the opportunity to already be one of the best. At this school, coaches have asked me all day about why are you signing now? No one ever does that. Yeah. And I respond every time with I'm the exception, I'm different, and I'm just excited to be able to go ahead and commit myself to the sport that I love. Already having committed next season, that means I don't have to worry about looking for colleges or having to worry about school or anything. Like, obviously I'll still keep my 4.0, but I won't have to worry about anything about having to go look. I can focus on my soccer career and break the school record for goals, which is I have this year, but another girl broke it with me, and she had like 2 more than me, so I have to get above hers, which I can easily do in my senior season. My mom went to the University of Pikeville when it was still Pikeville College, and I want to follow my mom's footsteps. And also, I don't want to move away from home because I love it in this area. And my mom and my sister are here, and I don't want to leave them until I really have to. So I want to stay around. And the coaches I've always been close with since my freshman year, they've been watching me since then. And I felt like I'd rather be with somebody that really cares than just some college that comes from nowhere and sees me play. Next year, as a senior, I will really want to be a leader. Tried this year, but as a junior, it's kind of harder to get everyone to band together. But as a senior, you have the leading role, and being able to do that with all my friends that I've grown up with all throughout high school and all my younger years, we will be able to work together and make the team like a family.
like to say thank you again to our sponsors, Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps, as well as the beautiful city of Pikeville. Check out the website, see what's going on this summer at www.visitpikeville.com. And we want to say thank you again for joining us for another episode of the Bank On It podcast. Make sure to give us a like and a subscribe on Facebook. Check out all these YouTube videos. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you next week.